What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Neo Scavenger, where I think we were on our way back to Detroit to sell some stuff off. I don't know, different recording session. Most of what you do in this game is just like foraging, finding things anyways, but looking at all the equipment and stuff that I have, I'm pretty sure I'm probably on my way back to Detroit. I got a pretty good armload of like stuff that's going to be useful to us, and so taking a look at the field right now, well, we're a little bit tired, we're definitely overburdened, so we've got some problems, but none that can't be solved. We got 99 problems. But a ditch ain't one, because I guess we're dragging everything on a sled and we should be able to get things around. Although dragging a sled through a ditch seems like it would be a pain in the ass. I don't know. We've got our flashlight all ready to go right here. I'm not going to waste my lighter. Little bit of loot right there. I've mentioned this before, I prefer to loot everything at a location before I sit and I look at the treasure pile. So usually I wait for it. Oh, it's nighttime, but we still have a flashlight, so we should be able to scavenge still. Unconcerned. Okay, so let's destroy, not destroy the office building. Obviously, it was destroyed when I got here, officer. Anyways, we'll take a look at the, we're a little bit thirsty. Do we have water? Ooh, it looks like we have some. Then I shall drink this. There we go. And so now that we have slakified our thirst, probably grab both these tarps. I think we're on a money-making expedition right now. We're trying to make some Skrilla, some scratch, some dosh. And so I think I'll move that over there. Some chips, some clams, you know, some ducats, whatever you want to call them. We'll move that into there so that it replaces the stuff that's already been used. We got a little bit of water that could be useful right now. Do I have any string? I don't have any string. I feel very, very naked without string because it's one of those useful things that you can craft a lot of stuff out of. So let me throw some string up on the cart real fast. And so now that we've thrown string on the cart, I think it's probably safe for us to sleep right here. I don't really mind. I mean, we'll just crash out for a bit. It's rare that I get murdered in my sleep. I always bring that up when I play Neo Scavenger, but I sleep like this all the time, and I just don't worry about it. I sleep on the ground, whatever. We're dizzy. That's probably due to the fact that we had this stupid mask on. The mask actually causes you a number of problems, so you probably shouldn't keep it on like I have the entire game. It's going to be an issue for you. It's going to cause you problems and also maybe some pain. Are we good right here? Did we get stabbed? I remember something bad happened to us in the previous episode, so I guess I'll just leave it band-aided for right now. There we go. We made it till morning. There's somebody here. Is it a good guy or a bad guy? It's a stranger. Let's talk to him. He doesn't want to talk. He just wants to run away. I'm actually perfectly fine with that stipulation. That doesn't bother me at all. If you want to hit the road, Jack, feel free. That guy's got a firearm. So I'm going to bring my firearm out just in case. Because you can never tell if he tries to run up on us. The AI actually will be a lot more cautious around you if you have a gun. So I'm going to whip my gun out real fast because I only feel comfortable. If everybody else is going to have a gun, I'm going to have a gun. Let me get in cover because I don't know who just like attacked me. And now that we're in cover, it's a stranger. Can we talk to him? No, he's still like bailing out. He had a meat cleaver, which made me feel a little bit nervous. It's difficult to walk up on a stranger with a meat cleaver and not be looked on with at least some passing sense of, you know, like, what the hell are you doing? Looks like we got red pills in there. The red pills allow us to go and leave the Matrix, as I recall. I know I should have made that joke earlier, but you know what? I'm just going to copy all the people in the comments now because they made it. And so I shall claim it for myself because that's just the kind of cheap, gimmicky whore that I am. Anyway, we got ourselves some Twinkie. Yeah, I'll probably eat the Twinkies right now simply based on the fact that I don't feel like carrying them around with me forever. I have a pot already, right? I can't imagine that at this point in the game I don't have a pot. So there we go. We have a pot already. I don't know. The guy with the gun, like, left, and so I feel a little bit... I'm not going to reveal myself. Hell no, I'm not going to reveal myself. I think I'm just going to sneaky retreat since he doesn't know where I am. I see no reason to really, like, risk my life fighting somebody with a gun if I don't have to. And the fact that he's been dithering around that location for so long makes me feel really, really nervous about it. So, we'll just vacate. He can have the hex. I'm done with it. I took everything that I wanted from right there, and I made that hex just my property. I rubbed myself all over it. I left smells all over the vicinity. That's what you get. That's what you get when you're the second, well, I mean, they say the early bird gets the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese. So, in this case, the second mouse gets the cheese. That under Gouda cheese. From under cheese. There we go. Anyways, off we go. Let's go ahead and... That's disgusting. I apologize, audience. I apologize deeply. This went places it wasn't supposed to go, but it's been like one of those days where it's just... things just wandering around being where they're not supposed to be. And so, honestly, I'm in like one of those like filthy moods where I just like have to make gross jokes and stuff the entire time. So avert your eyes and especially send the children out of the room if they're going to be here for this episode. This one will more than likely, it's still going to be fairly safe for work because that's just the format that I run here at the Nerd Castle. But at the same time, we may have a few brief moments in which I give up on that. It looks like there's a campsite over here. Yes, please. I like campsites, but more than that, I like things that recharge my batteries. So let's recharge my batteries. Let me turn that off, and then we'll empty that out. Let me split those batteries. And those are actually, okay, so I'll recharge you, and I'll recharge you. The other one I'm not going to worry about because it's still got 12 charges in it, whatever. And it's just kind of like, I don't know. I don't like fiddling with the charges in this game. It's just like messing around with like tiny little objects and charging them real fast. And I just don't, it's not super pertinent for me right now. We're in the middle of a run where we're selling off. The battery sparker needs to be charged though. So there's that. Okay, well at least our battery sparker is good to go. The battery sparker is a real thing. It's actually really easy to make. It's seriously not that difficult. You know how when you like lick a battery, like a 9-volt battery, it burns your tongue? Basically you're just doing that. You take two wires, you connect them to the positive and the negative. You don't twirl them around each other, but you set them up so that if you touch them together, they'll make a little spark. And while you're not going to light like an amazing fire with it, you can still give it a go. Let's go talk to Hatatur. Hatatur is in here somewhere, right? Hatatur. Oh, that's right. I got to do it from this menu. There we go. It's all coming back. You cross the muddy street towards the old flop house. You step off the familiar lift, and Hatter turns to look at you, finishing his conversation. Private call with a client, boys, Hatter says to his hired guns. Don't worry if this one kills me. Your pensions are nil either way. He circles around behind his desk, and when the guards shut the doors behind him, he says, we need to talk. Some people have reached out to me, some very powerful, very dangerous people who made it abundantly clear that I'm to tread lightly with this, hence the privacy. I can't tell you too many details, not until I know you're taking it on. What I can tell you is that it pays well, and frankly, given the compensation package, you may never need for a thing again. The catch is, well, as you might imagine, this is no cakewalk. The target is well protected, and you're expected to infiltrate rather than assault. Otherwise, I'd be having this conversation with a mercenary company. And, of course, your discretion is implied in the price. I should tell you, risks being what they are, I can only offer this to you once. He sits back, giving you a few moments to take it all in. Can I count on you? This is actually the endgame quest to beat the game, or at least one of them. There's like 3 ways you can beat the game, and this is one of them. Anyways, Hatter seems more stressed than relieved. I was afraid you were going to say that, but for the record, I chose you for a reason. No one I know has overcome the same odds as you. From the reigning mess in his office, he takes an atlas nearly fallen apart and pages to a map of Michigan. Up here, he says, circling an area to the far north, there's a military base. Camp Grayling it used to be called before the National Guard abandoned it. But don't get your hopes up. It's said they left behind a state-of-the-art security system. All unmanned, of course, just machines without masters who, as far as I know, have let no trespasser live, ever. I've heard a rumor, though, he interrupts himself. Maybe I read it. Anyways, I seem to remember hearing some protesters got around the defenses back in the day. He thinks a moment. It was something embarrassingly low-tech, too. He shakes his head. I'll be damned if I can remember what, though. You might rummage through some of the old newspapers and see if you can find that story. It'd beat getting chewed up by whatever they got running over there. But, Hatter exhales in a chuckle as one part defeat, the other part bemused. Mind over matter, right? He takes out a small device from his pocket. Your job, besides infiltration, is to plant this right into the base's intelligence mainframe. The software will do the rest, I'm told. Where that mainframe is, however, remains unclear, but the databanks they used in those days were huge. Look for the biggest building and expect the doorway to be unobvious. The most important thing, do not insert the bug without finding an ID badge on site first. The barracks might be a decent bet for that. Once the bug is in place, all you have to do is make your way back here, and well, we'll begin Operation Easy Living, so to speak. Alright, done. Sounds good. Wow, Hatter says, some of his tension dissipating. That really is the spirit right there, and here I was wishing I could have had the backbone to refuse their deal. But enough about that. Hatter bezzes the guards back in. You have work to do, and I have a million things on my bucket list in case you really don't make it back. The guards allow you through, and before long you're bracing yourself against the chill air of the sprawl streets. There it is. Remember to pick up the bug off the ground. Seriously, if you don't pick up the bug, it will like ruin your day. We need to go sell some stuff, so let's go to the junk market. That was the reason why we came back here. Let's have a look around. He's got himself a Cathcart North Buckmaster hunting rifle. Pretty good gun with a pretty good range. Pretty good gun to have some pretty good fun if you're pretty good on the run. Got a rifle scope. We got the shotgun over there. Everything here actually is not that useful, so I'll probably just liquidate my inventory. So we'll get rid of that right there. I'm going to keep the gas mask. I'm going to keep the bullets. I'm going to keep just about everything here, excluding the pharmacon. Don't need them. Don't want them. Out they go. And so we've got mushrooms. I'll probably eat those right now just to remove the temptation. And so we'll get that. I'm going to sell the shoe. Are my shoes doing okay right now? My shoes are looking great. Never mind. My shoes are looking fantastic. Gas mask, sweatshirt, all of these random things we've been picking up along the way. And now that we've got the tarps, we'll sell that. There we go. Make a little bit of scratch while we're out here. I think that's probably a reasonably decent idea. Those are for the 308, but we don't have a 308, and I'm not going to purchase a 308, so we'll just have to live with it. The Nanorobot Medical Kit might be a good purchase for us. Basically what it is it allows you to basically completely and totally heal yourself. Like, it's a really, really good object to have if you think you're going to be, like, in major trouble later on. 32% crowbar right there. Probably get rid of it. Everything else on the cart, though, that's going to break on us reasonably soon, so I might as well unload just about everything I have on here because pretty soon we're going to be picking it up off the ground anyways. Everything else looks good at the moment. We'll sell that off. We'll sell off a couple of these tarps because you never need more than like one to replace whatever makeshift bag you're carrying around with you anyways. That should be coming up fairly soon. We've got ourselves that looks like the hacking code for ice slabs, I think. I don't suppose he has any of those around here, right? And we don't have a laptop anyway, so obviously we're carrying around a whole bunch of stuff that we can't really use anyways. The micro military cell, I should probably charge all these up. Shit, why do I have 2 cell phone batteries here? Get rid of that one. We'll sit that down for right now. We got the laptop battery in case we come across a laptop later on. Got an iSlab battery just in case that comes down the line. Actually, we're carrying around quite a few things with us at the moment. This had, what did this have on it? This had, oh, I didn't have the smartphone charge, so we can't look at it. We should probably look at that first, though. So that's taken care of. Everything's looking really, really good right now with the way that our playthrough is facing out. We've got enough money to do some pretty cool stuff, I think. Did we cure our myopia already? Let me take a look here. We did not. So let's go get our myopia fixed real fast, because we have the cash to do it. It costs $1,000, and since we're probably going to be dying pretty soon anyways, we should probably sprint on in here and see if maybe with Haggerty. Haggerty Health Clinic is a pretty busy spot. Its proximity to Gate 11 and its mercenary attitude towards clientele ensures that it has a steady stream of business from both inside the DMC and the sprawl. The Double H, as it's often called, offers a wide spectrum of health services. Those include diagnostics, cleaning and dressing of wounds, therapeutics, including nanorobot suspension treatments, and prescription drugs. There's also an on-site augmentation clinic where patients can elect for prosthetic enhancements. These highly desired services may require special permits in addition to the significant price tags. As you cross the street, you can't help noticing the activity on the rooftop. The high-pitched whines of turbines mark the coming and going of hover vehicles, spraying water from the landing pad into a fine mist that rains down around the building. A large proportion of the vehicles appear to be unaffiliated private ambulance services. You huddle your shoulders against the spray and duck under the brightly lit awning. Staggered automatic doors, forming a crude airlock, shoosh open as you approach. Inside, the lobby looks a lot like any other clinic. There are banks of attached seats covering most of the floor, and counters for both receiving patients and dispensing pharmaceuticals. Dominating the right wall, near a hallway and elevator bank, is an LED sign displaying the currently served customers. Letter and number combinations update at random intervals as nurses escort patients to and from the room. You head over to the counter and get your waiting number. It isn't long before the LED lotto calls your number and you're led away for consultation. What services do you require today? We're going to go upstairs to the prosthetic and augmentation procedures. Haggerty Health also offers several elective procedures which involve implanting devices and replacement tissue. Before receiving any such procedures, the patient must undergo preliminary testing for eligibility, as not all patients, I almost said patents, almost all patients are good candidates for synthetic implantation or augmentation surgeries. Some procedures will require additional testing and in some cases special permits or authorizations. So what we need to do right now is we need eye surgery to fix our myopia. Patient will be screened for eligibility and laser-assisted correction or implantable Collamer lenses. If eligible, the patient's myopia will be corrected and better than normal vision will be achieved. Cool. There it is right there. After screening you for existing factors and eligibility, your vision is assessed by a computer and you're guided to an operating room. The procedure is quick and done under local anesthesia. Within an hour, you're back on your feet. You're told that you may experience some dryness in your eyes or mild pain, but the healing period is of only a remarkable 1 to 2 days. Finished, you make your way to the attendant to retrieve your belongings. I think we can go back up to, I don't know if they'll let me do back and forth. Artificial eye replacement, what does that do? Patient will be screened for eligibility. If eligible, the patient will have their natural eyes removed and replaced with rose augmentation human eyes, which simulate perfect human visual acuity. They're powered by non-linear piezoelectric harvesters. As such, they require no additional power supply for their operational lifetime and are expected to exceed their host. Okay. What is this? The telescopic upgrade. Let's see. Patients who have already received the human eye replacement can have their units upgraded with... Oh, okay, so you can upgrade them. Okay. So basically I have to buy this next, and then I can upgrade them with those two. For right now, we don't have the cash, and so I figure we'll settle. Everything's looking pretty good right now. I'll probably... Did we already buy prescription? We might want to buy ourselves some antibiotics if we don't have them. Let me take a look here, though, and make sure that I haven't already purchased a big old stack of them. Because if I have, yeah, I've already got a big old stack of them. Never mind. No point wasting that money right now. So let's be out and on our way. We've got the Hatter's hard drive. Okay. We've got a lot of things to think about right now, and there's a considerable amount of prep work that needs to go into doing the final endgame mission. But the first thing that I would recommend is that we should probably go to Zom Zoms. Would be... That's what I'm going to lean towards first. Let's go in here. We'll buy a couple of these soups to get ourselves nice and squared away. And so there it is. The non-veggie stew has got us all nice and filled up. I wish you could take it to go. That would be even better. But for right now, we'll take what we can get. There's no point complaining about it. Let me refill everything that needs a charge. So there it is. Everything that needs a charge has been recharged as far as I can tell. That means that at some point I can throw a smartphone battery in here, turn it on. Is it locked? It looks like it's only got text in it. You can actually take a look at things by doing this right here. And then if you use it, well, that's not what I wanted. Never mind. You can actually just look at it from right here in your hand. It'll be fine. It's login details for a current Detroit savings bank account worth $36. That's actually worth money. That's pretty good. That's not too bad. That explains why this smartphone was worth so much. I'll turn it off for right now. And if we could find ourselves a laptop, that's what I mean, is you can use these to make money by finding all kinds of stuff. Unfortunately, the bank doesn't exist in Detroit anymore, which weirds me out in a number of ways. I would swear to God that there was a bank in Detroit when I played this game last time that would allow you to access your account, and also using some of those login details, you could get some cash out of the bank sometimes. Either way, let's go back towards Zom Zoms. That's going to be our task of the day. We're going to try and find a sled along the way. I can't guarantee we're going to find one, so it is what it is. I guess if we don't, we'll end up hoofing it and just carrying our bag around with us, and that'll be the best that we can supply ourselves with right now. It wouldn't be the first time that I've walked my way out of town holding a sack, so I guess take from that what you will. I just ended a turn even though I still had moves left. We should be able to get to Zom Zoms fairly quickly if we hustle. I think we'll probably kill everybody along the way if we have the opportunity. We've got a couple things working for us right now. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff laying around on the ground right here. I must have looted it already. Or maybe somebody else hit it up, but it wasn't me. We'll probably want to deal with our water issues fairly shortly as well. So I'm thinking maybe... Actually, some of these are looking... Is it both of these that are still ready to go? Good. So I'm going to drink that right now, and we'll deal with the rest in the morning. That saves me a little bit of time. End the turn real fast. We've still got a headache, but I don't really care about that. A storage shed? Sure, why not? Let's see what we can find in here. We find ourselves a multi-tool, a good multi-tool, a 49% multi-tool. Not the best multi-tool, but still one that can be sold if need be. Alright, so I'll probably chill out right here. Because it's raining, I'm going to put down a campsite real fast. And so we'll drop that right there. We'll put this into a campsite. There it is. We won't have better sleep quality because obviously it's raining, and so that actually deteriorates from your chances of staying asleep throughout the night. So just be aware that if you're wondering why you can't fall asleep and you don't have insomnia, rain does not help that situation at all. And so something else just fell apart. Our clean rags fell apart. I'm actually not going to worry about that. We can leave it on us. I mean, we've got minor bruising and minor pain. We actually don't need that to be covered, so Our patchwork hide glove is finally falling apart. That's a little bit weird. It's strange. Not something that I'm used to having happen, but I think I can recraft it right here real fast. It shouldn't be difficult. I think it only requires the 3, a cutting tool, and then possibly some string. Yeah, and you can recraft it from whatever it was. This game tends to have that kind of issue where it's not an issue, I guess. It's just kind of like you can recraft anything that breaks in this game by using the exact same materials it breaks down into. It kind of makes like a weird situation where you're able to essentially use the same gear the entire game if you're aware of how the system works. It should be morning fairly soon. Our vision is blurry and irritated. I think that's probably due to the fact that I've been wearing those for so long. I'll probably slip those off my face for right now and let my eyes rest for a bit. When you keep your eyes covered for long periods of time, I have that problem with my glasses sometimes because I don't wear them that much anymore. I just don't like them, and they don't work that well anyways because my prescription has changed, and I just haven't gone to the optometrist to get a new one because it's like, when do you have time to do that? It's kind of like one of those weird little things like you know you need to do, but you never get around to it. Essentially, I need to go get new glasses. We have that right there. It looks like we're actually going to be able to get a pretty good take from this stack. Maybe. I don't know. I'm going to hold off on any proclamations of victory just yet. We've got a scope on a strap. I think we can still... I'm pretty sure we can sell stuff at Zom Zoms. Maybe. I'm not positive on that one, but I'm pretty sure you can sell stuff at Zom Zoms. I don't know. It's been a while since I've been to Zom Zoms, to be honest. It's been a long, long time. So, let's throw that boot on the cart back here. I was hoping we'd find another sled. I'm really, really hoping that we find another sled before everything breaks down. I am going to take the time to do all the scavenging that we need to do in order to ensure that perhaps we get what we need out of this situation, but it can be hard to tell. It's all RNG. Sometimes you get the things you need, sometimes you don't, and you just got to live with it and roll with it, unfortunately, although not down a hill because that seems like it would hurt. Let's eat these blackberries. There we go. So now we should be good for at least a pretty good piece of the day, I think. Crashing after a caffeine high. That sucks. Our makeshift sack broke. Where did it break at? On... There. Okay, so we almost walked away from that. It's happened to me before. Sometimes I don't catch the little notifications that they put up. It's just... They're small. I mean, even though they... Oh, we've got to wait a turn. Alright, well, let's wait a turn. If anybody tries to run up on this spot, we'll kill them real fast. Because we do have to defend our stuff. If we don't do that, then we are failing at the most basic tenets of survivalism, which is don't let other people take your shit. Shits are to be taken only by the person by whom that shit was created. Or at least found. I'll probably take those off my face since our eyes are irritated. Move that over to there. This does give me a nice opportunity to maybe stack stuff up a little bit nicer in my inventory, though. Just things to think about. I mean, there is a positive side to your entire backpack falling apart. If this thing falls apart, I'm going to cry because it's hard to come back with. It's difficult to find more Yukon backpacks. Like, they're around, but not very frequently. They're kind of a pain in the ass to find. It's sort of like finding a sled, I guess. You find them around every now and again, but not very often. Technically, if I see somebody else with a sled, I'll probably murder him, although you can't see shopping carts denoted by somebody's loot. Nothing there. Little bit of something there, but not much. And we cut ourselves on broken glass. So what I'm actually going to do right here... Oh, I threw out that other thing. It's only a minor cut, so it's not that bad. But we'll go over there. We'll drop off some of that. We need 60. Actually, we need about 120 tinfoil, to be honest. You need 2 tinfoil suits to beat Camp Grayling. This is going to get a little bit wild. Believe me when I say Camp Grayling is special. Camp Grayling is super special. If you're not ready for it, like, you basically have to cheat to beat it. There's no way. Because it takes you at least 3 to 4 hours of playing the game to get prepared for Camp Grayling. And when you get killed there, you learn what killed you and you know what you have to do next time. But there's like 5 or 6 gotchas there. And I just can't imagine anybody playing like 40 hours straight, just dying over and over again, banging their head against it without looking at a walkthrough. I mean, basically, your first time through, you might luck your way through it. But I doubt it. I don't know. Camp Grayling's got a lot of gotchas. It's got a lot of little random things where if you answer one contextual menu wrong, you're like dead as hell, and that's all there is to it. Got a patchwork hide tunic right there and a hunting rifle. That'd be pretty valuable. We got some binos too. Unfortunately, I don't think I can fit this anywhere. Which means that once again, I'm left to carry a gun around while I keep my crowbar on my sled, which is about to break. I suppose we'll bring that along just for vendor fodder. But for right now, where is Zom Zoms at? Zom Zoms, where are you? It's over. I think I might be way far. There it is. So Zom Zoms is that building right there. Let me go back. I'm just going to let myself bleed for right now because I really don't care that much. I'll fix it if I come across like some free rags laying around on the ground. But for right now, we're just going to hang out for a tad. And hopefully hit a location where we can get something else to carry our gear in. Let's see, we got a storage shed right here, a torch and nothing else, and then an abandoned mobile home. Bad loot nodes. Not the best loot nodes, but still, you have a chance from each one. There's the rags that I was looking for. We'll throw that on this cut right here. See, it's not even bleeding anymore. Just throw some dirty rags on that stuff. We'll pick up a couple more multi-tools. That one's only 1%. It's not worth carrying around with us. Never mind. It's not worth its own weight. We shall continue westwards, I suppose. And hopefully... Our eyes are remaining blurry, but that might just be from the surgery. I shouldn't have gotten the surgery now that I'm thinking about it. I could have just had my eyes replaced, huh? Well, we don't know if we're ever going to have enough money to actually get that procedure done. Hopefully we'll find something useful in one of these buildings. Looks like there's a couple useful things in here. There's a water tester with some batteries in it. I'll probably just vendor that because you can use it, I guess. I mean, it depends what you're into. It is a useful item. It's just kind of like move intensive, I guess. We got 22% right there. We got some shoes, some pants. Nothing that's jumping out at me is like, we need this right now, but I will swap these out because I can. I'm just going to leave these behind anyways, so we might as well use the ones that are here. There we go, and there we go. Awesome. Taken care of. Everything here was a bust, so we continue our walk to the west. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Neo Scavenger. I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode. Take care out there, everybody, and hi-do.